Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get into those pitches, hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to 100,000 subscribers, and you're going to want to tell your friends you were part of Ninja Nation before it was 100,000. So, hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I'm going to start with Michael Wacha, who threw a complete game shutout with 6 strikeouts and 3 hits. Let's give him a round of applause. He of course had his wicked changeup working. You can see here he dehelmeted Shohei Ohtani with his changeup. I like Shohei having to get the dirt out of his helmet. But honestly, it was his fastball that was really impressive. Check out what he did to Mike Trout here. Here's a two-seamer that he jams Trout with, getting him to foul the ball off. And then he throws a four-seamer off that two-seamer. And here's an overlay of those two pitches. You can see why that's so tough. There's 8 inches difference in movement on those pitches, and Trout swings and misses at the four-seam fastball. All of a sudden, the Red Sox starting pitching has been on fire. The last 6 games, their ERA, .23, which is the lowest in franchise history, over any 6-game stretch. Carlos Carrasco was absolutely filthy yesterday. Check out this mix of sliders, splitters, and fastballs. He had folks chasing all night. A lot of folks don't realize how wicked Carrasco's stuff is. When Cookie's on, his stuff is disgusting. And as a hitter, all you're left with are the crumbs. Boo, Ninja. My filthiest pitcher yesterday was Hunter Greene. Hunter Greene was outstanding. He gave up 1 base runner his entire outing, and that was a bunt base hit by the leadoff hitter. And he was erased on a strike him out, throw him out, double play on the very next batter. Greene retired 20 consecutive hitters. His slider was filthy as usual. Opponents are only hitting 112 against this slider with about a 40% whiff rate. But the story of this game was Hunter Greene's fastball. Greene had a 48% whiff rate on his fastball this game, and a lot of it had to do with the increase in horizontal movement of his fastball. His average fastball for the season before this game had 10 inches of horizontal movement. Yesterday, his fastball had 15 inches of arm side run. I'm not sure if the additional fastball movement was due to a change in his grip, but if you look at him here between pitches, he definitely was focusing on his fingers and his release, trying to emphasize how they should be working on the baseball. He also did a really good job of tunneling. You can see these overlays of his fastball and his slider, and you can see how long they stay on the same plane. It also seemed to me like he was elevating his fastball a little more, making it a little tougher to get to. Greene talked about focusing on his hand and eyes, and I assume by hand he meant his fastball release, in the post-game interview.
Focus more on my hand and my eyes, my sighting on pitches and where Tyler was set up, and being able to just trust that ability, and let the rest just follow. For me, it's just continuing to stay in a positive mindset and understanding I'm going to go through my struggles, especially this year. So to be able to bounce back and take a lot of pride in that, and all that work comes in, the days in between, and just keeping that positive mindset. It's easy to let the self-doubt trickle into your mind, and so just trying to stay positive on that front is kind of my focus.
Remember, with young pitchers, it's a long process. It's a marathon and not a sprint. And Hunter Greene is going to be a great one. Now, on to my filthiest relievers. Seth Martinez had some wicked sliders. Ryne Stanek had this 99-mile-an-hour overpowering fastball and then this dirty splitter and lost his mind. I love it. Lastly, Jimmy the Human Glitch Herget had this wicked curveball with over 3,000 RPMs. Totally sick. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. College baseball is a vibe. Unfortunately, so is college baseball umpiring. A player can't touch an umpire. Why can an umpire touch a player? And as a bonus clip, I'm hanging out in Cooperstown, New York this week, and here's Little Ninja setting the Doubleday batting cage season record for velo.